So I've made it no secret that I, much like other readers, don't really care much for Al Ewing's new Venom run, on a multitude of reasons. Now, to be fair, I do like Al Ewing as a writer. I think he's awesome on Immortal Thor, and Immortal Hulk is an instant classic. It is a modern-day classic of a book. But I also get this feeling, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like Venom is where he writes all of his bullshit. Like, Immortal Thor, when you clearly, it's like weird to read it. Like, it really is weird to read his Venom and then go read his Immortal Thor. Because, like, Immortal Thor is deep and has all these meanings about corporate greed and gods and legacies and things like that. And then you go read something like Venom War and it's complete and utter batshit bonkers. So I'm just convinced Al Ewing just goes there to dump all the dumb ideas and just be like, I'm having fun. But, as I said, I really do not care for Mary Jane as Venom. Multitude of reasons. Not because, like, oh, Venom's a woman now, it's woke. No, I'm not saying that at all. I don't like it because it's, again, and this is not just Ewing as making her Venom. It's also, like, people trying to make her Jackpot or whatever superhero. You kind of take away Mary Jane. You're basically saying Mary Jane isn't interesting unless she has superpowers. When I can tell you that's bullshit. You know, she's more than just Peter Parker's, one true love. Gwen Stacy's still in the dirt, but, she's coming back because no one can stay dead in comics, apparently. I digress. But there are so many comics that I have seen where she has done more as, as a person without any powers. Hell, I know it's not really liked, but personally, I kind of enjoy the PlayStation version of Mary Jane where she's kind of a reporter. They kind of go the Lois Lane route, and she shows, God, I can't talk, she shows that, yeah, Mary Jane can be an amazing character without superpowers. So that was one thing where it was like, I don't like the idea that you're basically saying this core character in this one character's lore, probably a major centerpiece, if not the most centerpiece of his supporting characters, is not interesting without superpowers, when we have decades upon decades of knowing that's not true. So, the other thing is that I really hated, I just absolutely hated the whole bait and switch after that whole, like, process of elimination, and Mary Jane was just thrown out of left field, and it almost felt like it was insulting to even bother with the whole, is it Luke Cage, is it Robbie Robinson, is it Madame Mask, is it Rick Jones, that shit. That was just a little bit insulting, and also, on another level, it also was kind of confusing and made no sense because, Mary Jane was traumatized by Venom. So it's almost like she's wearing her attacker, and she's partnered with her attacker after basically Venom gave her PTSD. So it also made no character sense either. But you're probably wondering, what is the one thing I like about Venom so far? Well, I've been keeping my ear to the ground to seeing what the whole thing is now that the cat's out of the bag that Mary Jane is Venom. And I gotta be honest, the one thing I'm really liking is that Al Ewing is dragging Paul through the fucking mud. Yeah. Now, Paul was arguably one of the worst things to happen in Spider-Man lore. Multitude of reasons. He's a boring character. He's just there to be married to Mary Jane and keep her away from Peter. And on top of that, he's really fucking boring. He is you just hate him. And it's very clear that Al Ewing gives no fucks about this character either. Because the way he was writing him, because I was keeping track of, like, who was going to be revealed as the new Venom, there was legit moments where both Dylan, Eddie's son, and Mary Jane were just like, shut up, Paul. Fuck you, Paul. I'm like, yes, thank you, Al. Like, it's almost like Al is telegraphing, yeah, we don't like this fucker either. I personally don't like this fucker either. I'm going to drag his man-bun ass through the dirt. And nothing suits that better than showcasing that the symbiote and Mary Jane are connected or they'll die. I don't know what that's about, but whatever. The point being is that Paul has this moment of like, so is that the reason you haven't been intimate with me lately? Like a goddamn beta male bitch. Secondly, I don't want to imagine Paul having sex with Mary Jane. Thanks for that mental image. But at the same time, it gives me no amount of joy in my heart that the symbiote is cucking Paul. Nothing makes me more happier about... This book may be, like, completely batshit bonkers and also a really dumb idea, but it gives me no amount of endless joy to know Paul is suffering. Yeah. Paul, apparently the symbiote now lives in Mary Jane's bloodstream when they're together. So in other words, Venom is inside of his wife more than he is. Also, it's a good case of BBS, big black symbiote. So yeah. But yeah, how you like that, Paul? Is it petty? Is it dumb? Yes, but this character is so goddamn like, the reason I don't like Paul, and I know there's a lot of people who have their various reasons for not liking this character, which sucks because I like the writer, Zeb Wells, the guy who created him. He's been nothing but nice every time we've met. He was happy to do an interview, which I sadly have lost that interview from MegaCon, and the guy is nothing short of just, Zeb Wells is a really good writer. It just also showcases that, Wells got completely crippled by editorial. Now, if Paul is all him or Nick Lowe or anyone else at Spider-Man editorial, I don't know. But yeah, Paul is the epitome, for me, of why I don't like him. He is the epitome of everything wrong with modern-day Peter Parker comics. So yeah, to see him just get dragged like a dead cat through the Mississippi River that's ripped open and shit in makes me happy. It fills me with endless joy. Anyway, so I don't know what the point of this video is. I don't know, just to have Ode to Joy is playing in the background in my head, and I just thought, you know what? I just want to do a dumb fucking video. I want to do those sometimes. But anyway, there you go. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.